it's it is not easy to stay consistent. It is not easy at all. And it's not always fun, but I don't know what it is, but for me I think it's the challenge that is what makes it fun for me. Like I need I need to be in bed right now. Like I should be asleep. But I told myself I would record a video for you, like a long form video. It's currently 11:30. I need to be up by 4 o'clock. I'm going on a punishment run in the morning because I like missed. I think was it one or I'm gonna go with 2 days. I'm more than positive it's 2 days. I'm so exhausted right now I can't think. I'm more than positive I missed 2 days of working out. Pissed, but I'm going on a punishment run tomorrow. Uh, I think the amount of time I'll have, hopefully, I'll be able to do it under an hour for 4 miles. I think I could do it under an hour. I can't run with Jack right now. But, no, man, consistency is hard. Like, the work isn't hard. The 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 pain that you go through, don't get me wrong, in the heat of the moment it can be hard, but you overcome it. The really most difficult thing is just staying consistent. Like I did not feel like making this video at all. But I told myself I would. And this is probably gonna upload probably like in the morning. But the time I'm recording this is Friday, and that kind of happened with my last video. I recorded on Wednesday night, ended up uploading on Thursday morning. So it's probably going to see the same, the dilemma. But consistency it's so misunderstood. It's so, I didn't mean to do that. It's so misunderstood. Because consistency is I think it's almost intertwined with like what people think is motivation. Like people think motivation is consistency. Like I've had people tell me, like, Makai, how do you stay motivated? Like I don't. Like I legit don't stay motivated at all. Like there are times I'm not motivated. Like I'm not motivated right now to do this. Like you see how like my left eyebrow is like doing the whole like Dwayne Johnson thing. I'm not motivated to do this at all. But I'm disciplined. I'm disciplined. And all discipline is, and I've said this time and time again, it is doing the thing that you don't feel like doing. It is doing the thing that you said you were going to do even when you don't feel like doing it. That's all it is. That's all it is. And forgive me. Where was I going with this? I need to backtrack. Sorry. Consistency. Consistency is not motivation. Motivation is temporary. But what I kind of want to tell you guys a story about this. So, when I was in high school, I'll give this story. When I was in high school, I played football. And going into my senior year, it was COVID. So we had to do a lot of our football meetings on Zoom. And now the year before, I was a junior on JV, third string, as a safety. I said that backwards, but whatever. And I told myself I'll never forget the last game I said I will be starting my senior year of high school. And every single day, I worked out at the I had weight training, so I would work out every single day. I wasn't in the classes with all the football players. I was just with the regular students, right? And I remember I had some guys, like even some of my buddies would be like, "Bro, sit out with me today. Like, let's take it easy for today." And I'd be like, "No, like, no, I'm not going to, because I have to start next year." And like they get mad at me, like, "Bro, come on, bro, just take one day off. Like, what's one day? No, no." And it'd be so funny because like the moment we got done, they would sit out, I would still be working out, and right as we get done with the class, they'd be like, "Man, I really should have worked out. Should have. You definitely should have." And that FOMO that you get from not working out, like this morning, I was so pissed because I woke up at 5 and I was just, my body was telling me to go back to sleep. And I was trying everything in my power to not go back to sleep. I ended up falling back to sleep. And I was pissed because I woke up at 5. No, I went to bed. I woke up at 5, went back to bed, and then woke up at 7. And I was pissed because I was like, I knew in that time frame, I could have gone to the gym. I could have done my morning handstand. I could have drank my 26 ounces of water. I could have written in my journal. I could have read my my book I'm reading. I could have listened to my Bible. I could have gotten so much done within that time frame. I slept. Now some people will say, "Oh, well, your body just needs to sleep. It's okay." No, it's not okay. It's not okay. I was pissed. That's why I'm going on a punishment run tomorrow. So I had times when I would be working out and I'd get so mad. I remember this vividly. I would get so tired. Like I would have days where I just did not want to go to the gym. Or I would have times where I didn't want to work out. And I would honestly argue it'd probably be like, I think it was like 4 or 5 times within that semester that actually happened. But on those days that I didn't feel like it, I'd get so mad. Like while I would be working out, I would control that anger into working out. Like, I'm so mad I'm working out right now. Like, this freaking sucks and I gotta do this. I'm pissed. Like, I would just control that energy of being pissed off that I had to work out into lifting the weights. And over time, of course, when we had to go out of school, I told myself, I was like, I am not losing what I just built. So I would do calisthenics, so that I have a gym. I would do calisthenics twice a day, 4 times a week. And then eventually we started doing like Zoom calls for like position meetings. I remember I would be studying. I mean studying these freaking plays as much as I possibly could, because I knew I was not gifted in the slightest in terms of genetics. I wasn't fast. I wasn't the strongest. I wasn't the biggest. I was probably arguably one of the smallest ones on the team. And I'll never forget that I would study so much that I'd get tired of studying, but I wanted to know it by heart. So eventually, when we started getting back into going to the school and doing and training at school, we were going over plays. And now a lot of guys during COVID, they didn't take COVID seriously. Like they did not go over plays. They didn't study. They didn't do anything that was necessary to play the game. So I remember that I think I was like, they put me at like the bottom of the chart for safeties. And I remember one of the starters, I think I was actually like free safety. I was at free safety and I think I was like second or third. And I remember the starting safety, they were going over a play, and I knew it. And I was literally telling the guy who was starting, I was like, bro, you're on this side. This is your coverage. And the head coach, or my defensive coach, he looks at me and was like, look, I like what I'm hearing from you. I need you to keep it up. You may have a position here shortly. And I was like, for me, like, I didn't get excited, but I was like, okay, like, this, I need to keep doing this. Like, I'm on the right path. Eventually, once I started getting more reps and they started seeing I knew the plays, and they started seeing that I was committed, and they started seeing me how I pushed myself in the gym, they started seeing me putting in the work. They looked at I'll never forget, my defensive coach said, hey, you're going to be starting. And I think he says, like, I think he said something sly to me. Like, I think he said, like, don't make me regret this or something. I don't know what I can't remember. It was something like almost like a shot almost. But I started. I wasn't the strongest. I wasn't the fastest. I was probably one of the skinniest kids on, like, as one of the, actually, I think I was one of the skinniest seniors on the team. Yeah, I wasn't fast. I wasn't the strongest. I wasn't the smartest. But, I was willing to start. And it's so funny because I'll never forget the feeling. Right as I got the position, I didn't get comfortable. I didn't say, oh, okay, I'm that guy now. No, my mind, I said, okay, now I need to get a scholarship. That's the next goal. I got the position. Now I need a scholarship. My first 3 games, no, I'm not gonna lie, that first game, it was my first game ever, like, on a Friday night. And I'll never forget my boy. He was like, dude, I'm telling you, once those lights come on, it's a completely different feeling. And I'll never forget that first half. I was so nervous. And I was just, I tossed over, bro. Like, I bent over. And it was bad. And my boy, my boy who told me the same thing, he came up to me, he's like, dude, they are targeting you. Like, you are the weak side right now. Like, you need to step it up. And I had to, and we ended up losing that game, and I that was easily the worst game I had. Second game, we ended up winning. It was a way better game for me. And then eventually, that third game, I think it was second quarter, first quarter or something. I think it was the first quarter. I ended up hyperextending my knee, and I was out for the rest of the season. And I'll never forget in that moment. I don't think I ever cried. Like, when something like really, really hurt, like, this is the best way I'm gonna explain this. I've only ever cried about certain things when I knew it was almost over. And I'm gonna explain that here in a second. When I hyperextended my knee, I was in a lot of pain, but not to a point where I would cry. I started crying because I knew my season was over. Like, I knew it was over. Like, I knew that I've been in that type of pain before, where I knew it'd be a while until I'd recover. I've done it. I felt it with my knee surgery. I felt it with my hip. I felt it with my elbow. I felt it with my ankle. Like, I knew this kind of pain. So for me to be in tears, I wasn't in tears because of the pain. I was in tears because I had worked so freaking hard to get from third string as a junior on JV up to starting on varsity. And I knew, I was like, it's over. It's done for me. But it wasn't. It wasn't. I managed to pull off a scholarship and got a little scholarship to a D3 school. So why am I telling you this story? Well, I tell you this story because if I can go from a junior on JV that is third string playing safety to almost less than a year being able to start and being able to pull off a scholarship with the consistency that I put in, you can too. And that sounds corny to say, but I mean that so genuinely. Like, I truly believe the reason why I started was because I believed. I believed in my heart, like, I am going to start. When I walked off that field of that last game, my junior year, I told myself, I will start on varsity next year. There was no if, there was no buts. It was going to happen. And that's how you have to look at it. That's how you have to look at whatever you're after right now. Whatever it is, whatever goal, whatever dream, whatever it is that you are after right now, you have to make it non-negotiable. You have to believe in it. And you have to see the vision. You have to. I had dreams of me playing on the football field. Like, I'll never forget that. I legit had dreams of me playing on the football field with the lights on, and I believed in it so much. But it wasn't easy. Not because the work was hard, not because studying was hard, not because the drills, not because of the burpees we had to do or the suicides we had. That was nothing. But it was to the consistency of staying in the gym, the consistency of reviewing the plays, the consistency is the hardest part. And I want you to remember this. The moment you think about quitting, the moment you think about, like, this is getting hard, the moment you think about this is getting hard, this is getting rough, I don't know if this is even worth it anymore, is the moment that everybody quits. It is the moment that everybody quits. And you can be amongst everybody, or you can be the one that stuck it out. So remember, consistency is not the easiest. It is the hardest thing. That is the hardest thing. I truly believe it is. It is the action, like your first steps when you first get started, when you start learning the skills, and now just being consistent. That is the hardest part, and that's where everybody loses, because they can't stick to it. And not even that, is that they can't stick to it, and they don't punish themselves when they don't stick to it. Like, for me, like, don't get me wrong, I just said I missed the gym twice this week. I'm going on punishment. I should have never missed my alarm clock. Ever. Pissed. And starting next week, I need to have a better week. Because right now, this week was an L week. I lost this week. But remember that. And the coolest part is consistency is a built-up of habits. It's just a build-up of habits. Like I said, and I'm going to finish it off with this. All discipline is doing what you said you were going to do, even when you don't feel like doing it.